कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative.
I don't want to lecture. This show should never have lectures. If we want lectures, we'd be on Byju's. But of course, Byju's wants to be on with us. We will lecture, whatever, for money. We've prostituted ourselves before. We'll do it again. But I don't want to lecture. I just want to say one thing because we were discussing this just before this stupid show started. Okay, stop saying stupid show. Nicely stupid show. Slightly stupidish show. And that is the ill effects of walking. Now, a whole generation has been told about the greatness of water. Highly overrated subject. I'll leave that for another day. Walking, equally bad in my book. It makes no sense. It serves no purpose. You get nothing out of walking. So don't be one of those people who gets up at 5, ting ting, alarm is on, puts on a banyan and a langot, and then goes down and goes for a walk for 17 minutes very slowly like a dying ember. It's pointless. Do not do that. And don't tell me today I couldn't get a cab, so I walked half a kilometer to work or whatever, and you feel you've done the exercise for the day. It's a waste of your time and mine. And worst off, you actually fool yourself into believing that you've now become a 42-kilometer marathoner. No, walking is for morons. The world has moved forward. We have technology. Just as everything else has moved forward. Once the wheel was invented, walking was cancelled as a culture. There is no walking. Never walk. Don't speak to me of walking. People who walk have no lives. Walking is actually the worst form of anything. It's not an art form. It's not an exercise form. It's a waste of time. You belittle people who walk. You may spit on them, abuse them, scream at them, those kind of things. So let's not talk about walking. Abbas, welcome to the show
Yes.
because you're the one who's discussing walking and
Thank you
saying
so
walking
much.
is a thing of pride for
Yeah.
you. So you want to tell us in defense of walking, as I say hello to the beautiful Niv, who's joined us not only here, but also as
Yep.
part of the IVM family. Sucker.
Yes.
Ooh.
I
And
did.
Puneet
Yeah.
Panya's lack of respect for the show is growing because now he's just eating, scratching. He's not even paying attention. He's probably watching the two cricket matches on at the moment. But Abbas, the floor is yours about walking. तूने कहा कि walking
In
बहुत
defense
important
of
चीज है life में.
walking, I walk clock in 10,000 steps every day on my whatever
Rishi, take him off the panel. He's
Wow,
saying all the wrong things.
walkometer or whatever you want to call it. While
that's a lot
walking,
of loneliness, dude.
your legs get exercise. You take in the beauty of the
The
city.
only thing
that
is getting
you live in.
exercise is your fingers punching in numbers here and there. Or you're calling up people to show them what you've done. It's a waste of time, bro.
But
Don't be
but
Yeah,
silly.
you
what
share
beauty
it.
do you take in Baikla, dude?
Oh, Baikala is beautiful, dude. It has ancient
Hey,
structures
hey,
and
hey, he's right.
yeah.
Oh.
May I
There you
quote
go.
Kunal Vijayakar, a famous poet? India is a beautiful place without the Indians. Go to Baikala when it's empty on a Sunday and there's nobody around. There's quite the architecture and all this buildings all are very nice, right,
Very nice.
Abbas?
Yes, absolutely.
Rustom Bagh is nice, but again, low density.
Oh, now he's making a communal issue. He's going for Parsi over Muslim. I say we fight him now. Take him down right
There's
now.
also the Khilafat house where the Khilafat movement started. So
There you
there's
go.
That's
historical value
Urdu,
also.
so
Okay, Niv
There's
is
no,
sinking
that's
But
slowly into
Urdu,
the
so it's
Cyrus,
sand here.
banned.
Didn't you walk everywhere when you were in Spain?
I was forced to, not out of choice. I hated every moment of it. And by the way, did I tell you what Aisha's achievement? My wife is an international criminal. I'm so proud, guys. We got a challan from Malaga for speeding. 50 euros. 50 euro
And,
fine.
and you
Aisha
paid it.
Broacha. Yes, it's the greatest
and you
achievement in my family in 300 years. We have been fined internationally. We have an
That's
international fine.
$5,000.
dodged
Yes,
it?
that's no. We have to pay it apparently because now there's
Okay.
software which goes around the world. So once you leave and enter Nepal, they know. You know, you got to be very careful. Because
Mhm.
by the way, guys, you have to give your license in now. I mean, as in all the details. In the old days, you make an international license and just show it or whatever. That's all gone. They print
Oh.
everything into the thing system. The address it came to Skylark Building here in Mumbai. It didn't come on an email. It came in like a letter form. It was
Wow.
unbelievable. Yeah, proper hard
You're
copy.
probably on the Interpol list also now.
I tell you, my wife is top 10 most dangerous criminals at
You
least
should
in
you should
Spain.
probably like laminate it or something.
Now, can I
What are
tell
you
you? Can I
eating,
tell
Puneet? Dalia.
is this show so boring that that's our discussion of the day? Topic one, what are you eating? Topic two, the
So
fine. Topic
before
three,
before we
walking.
begin, can I apologize to our audio listeners? I have a bit of a sore throat from
That's not the reason to
absolute
apologize.
hell
Just the
that I
entire
went through
show.
last week.
Oh man, was your
Uh,
COVID bad? I had
yeah, it's
COVID
pretty
last
Oh,
bad.
week.
Yes,
he
Yeah.
wants the
yours
cow
wasn't.
footage.
It
Okay,
wasn't
okay.
that
Oh
bad.
man, mine was bad.
It was like
Abbas
a
wants some
fever.
attention. He's not feeling love and
I'm having
Yes,
affection.
I
Never
mean,
shown for a
style
long time.
got
muesli
back
if
from the
somebody's still
jaws of
interested.
death.
The
Did you
jaws
have
of
bad
death.
throat?
You mean they fed you
did.
veg food? What happened?
No,
Crazy.
I
that
still have a
happened
bad
at
throat,
Mehta's wedding yesterday and the day
which I
before.
was
All
not
veg food.
invited to. But
Yeah.
that's
Shit, I
not
missed
something that I
Mehta's
think
wedding.
about.
Me and Amit
It was-
He's
discussed the
actually
wedding.
in the next studio as we speak.
It
2
was
days
at
after
the
his wedding.
That the Taj Mahal Hotel and all
Akash is
Gucci
there?
stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's doing Vartalab in the next room, and I just don't know
What a
how
Gujarati.
you would.
I
He's
love how
back at work
Niveditha
the
has
next day.
plugged an IVM show as soon as she's joined the IVM family.
Was I
Right
not
next
supposed to
door
do
is
that?
recording
Yeah.
Varta Lab.
I'm just
New episodes every Saturday.
If-
Season 2 out now.
the
The
people at
brainwashing
IBM
is
now
complete.
own me,
Huh?
and if
And
they
many
ask me to
people-
dance,
Indoctrination.
I would
I
dance.
apologize. Season 4 out now.
The
Many people
indoctrination into
gatecashed
IVM
his
is
wedding
complete.
and ate food for free. So now he has to make up for all the money he has lost.
Puneet,
There's so many-
Niv was a proper free-thinking individual, and now just another one of the family spouting
That's
chapter
true.
and
Yeah.
verse to stay in the business. Sad, sad,
But
sad. Let's
honestly,
discuss.
took
This just
Cyrus's
tells you
advice.
of the three of us who is the actual successful stand-up comic who's sitting at home and eating dalia, and the rest, the
But
other two
I'll
have to
tell you
do
one
day
thing.
jobs.
Hey, it's
I'll tell you one
muesli,
thing.
okay, like Dalia a little down
Muesli.
market.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Successful comic eating muesli.
Successful comic is also the hardest working, if I may say so.
Really? Okay.
He's always looking for different avenues and all. That day was
That's
discussing
true,
with me
actually.
about some. I mean,
Uh,
his mind is not just. It's
Punit
also
Panya
commerce.
is the
He
only
thinks commerce.
entrepreneur, only comedy
that's what I mean.
producer who had the idea of doing an open mic in an art gallery. So I give that to him.
Baba,
He did-
he's. I'm
Oh
telling
my
you,
gosh.
I think comedy.
You know-
He should turn his back on comedy and just turn full-time producer for everybody. Because what happens is he came to Parel to do a bit on our show, and immediately Paisa Vasulofied himself to go and see the different area. There was one arena he wanted to visit to do an
Yeah.
event there, and,
Ah.
and he was googling away, and I said, "Where are you going?" Just nearby, he found something nobody's heard of, and now that's going to be the next big hump.
And now he's doing a special there day after
He's the
tomorrow.
Christopher Columbus of comedians. He's going to find the new world, and we're all going to be left
He's
out.
doing 3 specials there, 3 different
And-
specials.
And I've
Three
been
Two
doing
different
specials,
many.
and one is in Hindi, so it's a special. But yes, you're right. Gary
what's the
Pereira says,
weirdest
and
place
Gary
you've
Pereira
done
is in England,
stand-up
by the
at?
way. Sorry,
Aja.
Oh,
Gary Pereira from England is saying, I love his YouTube stuff, is awesome stuff. I know Gary is a real human being. I've spoken to him on the phone, and so this is a proper
You
endorsement.
mean all our other fans aren't, Cyrus?
Look, they're the two girls we don't know about properly, boss. That whole sunshine and that the whole Toronto, that mystery that you weave, bro. And then you get COVID and they disappear, you disappear. I'm not saying anything, but when Silvery and you are not there, the girls aren't there. So either they're
That's
really
true.
big fans or it's you. That's the only two options.
But Abbas, what is your review of COVID season 3? Is it good? One time watch.
Similar to season 2, but the storyline
bad
is
was it?
no
season
twists.
4.
So
of
season 4
COVID?
actually, but
Yeah,
I missed
because
this
January
first
was
season.
season 3.
I
Okay.
missed the first season.
Is there any
Ah,
nudity in this season?
Oh, lots of it. Much of
Also,
it
Niv,
forced.
we're a backward country, so it would be 3 while it's 4 for others, in a sense. But
True.
can you tell us how bad it
Ah.
was? Because from what I gather, you were fine.
No, so I was surprised because in January I had COVID. Then in
Correct.
June I took a booster, which means that the immunity doesn't even stay for like 3 to 4 months. Because again in August I
The
got it
immunity
again.
stayed. They'll tell you that because of the immunity, you didn't die. You know,
That's true,
whatever
actually,
fight you put
yes.
up, yeah, that's what they've been telling everyone who gets it.
You know what? I had COVID in January also, and the 7th
guys
Our
live
month.
together?
cycles have synced.
Yeah, same
Niveditha.
thing. It's like, and the 7th month after I had COVID, I got COVID again. So it's really is
exactly.
a 6-month period of
renewal
immunity.
period.
Can you tell us what
Despite all
happened,
the
Abbas?
steps, this is despite the 10,000 steps you're taking every day,
I know,
all the
yes.
walking.
Yeah.
So Puneet, can I explain the whole thing to you once and for all so we don't bring this up again? The 10,000 steps don't involve standing up. Okay. You lie on the bed, dug, 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 dug. You sit on the pot, dug, 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 dug. You're on the phone, dug, dug, dug,
Really?
dug, dug. He actually stood up
Abbas.
twice. 2 of the steps are standing. 9,998 are sitting, lying down, sideway movement. So, hello, let's not glory to the nation and all that. Change of thought for humanity with
And
this
if
one step.
Abbas'
of
sex
action.
life was any better, he would have had even more steps.
That's
No,
true.
no, 2 of the steps involve his sex life and his hand. 2 legs and his
No,
hand.
but I
Sorry.
had very high fever for 3 days and a lot of
Oh,
exhaustion
so
and
sweet,
fatigue.
beta, so sweet.
And,
You suffered,
yeah.
yaar.
I suffered a lot.
99 की थोड़ा कम, less than 99.
नहीं 101 101 fever I had.
I didn't even check.
101.
How do you check? Do you have a thermometer?
Thermometer, yes.
I don't have
Wow.
anything.
Niv,
In my
Niv, that
family, we get
save
a
that for your
fever.
special.
We
Save that for your
just wait
special.
it
Go and
out.
say, how do I check fever, guys? They ask 800 people to help you.
Look, we don't
They
go
have
to
electronic ones
hospitals.
now, Niveditha.
We don't check. We didn't even have like a weighing machine in the house so that we could check
Like,
our
Forget
weight.
that.
is it like is it a cultural thing? Like you don't believe in it, or
It's
just
not a
that-
cultural thing. It's purely my family.
There's a
My family
Kanjusi-
just does
Kanjusi
not care
element.
about our health.
Okay, sorry. Please go on. Your family never looked at health parameter as an issue. I like that. I wish I was born there.
Yeah, we even so only if we're very sick and we can't move or something, we go to the hospital. Otherwise, we just hope that paracetamol will somehow cure us of whatever we're going through. So it's
Wow.
not the best way to go about it, but it works a little. I think.
Whoa, Ayesha Broacha in the comments.
Oh,
Did the AC
There's
work?
a story here.
Cry, baby. I
I'll have
love
to tell
this.
the whole story. You want to hear the whole story? Because I won't tell the
No,
whole
I think
story.
we figured out the backstory.
is that why
This is the
everything
backstory
went
is-
silent for 1 second? and
I set up
Ayesha Broacha
everything,
in the house?
and then I put the AC on, and it was like a bakra because the button came on with the red light and nothing came on. It's the worst thing because normally that doesn't come on if there's a problem. So then I
So
called
is
her
it
and they were,
working now?
"Oh,
Cry, baby.
yeah, it is working. Apparently the remote had been switched off. But I'd already screamed at my mother, screamed at her, screamed at Maya, and I think she figured that I put it on because I'm happy.
Hmm.
'Cause in third world countries, don't take away our AC. I told the British in 47, leave the ACs behind as they waved by, left forever. So sad.
I love that.
Still, for me, the greatest invention the world has ever seen. Of course, we come from tropical countries, so we are biased, but the best invention. That's number one. I can't think of anything better than the AC as an invention. What do you think,
Then
Niv?
Dubai
You
should be
think
the
of better-
best
Cars.
country for you, right?
Cars, Cyrus, because you hate walking.
Cars with AC. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Abbas, what about you?
Yeah.
Thermometer?
Electronic thermometer, because I could never tell with the mercury thermometer what exactly it was trying to say. But
Hey,
the
Puneet,
electronic
Is a
ones make it
rectal
much
thermometer
simpler.
different than a
Yes,
oral thermometer?
yes,
Or do you
exactly.
just have to watch
I don't
Exactly.
think so.
Yes. What if you don't speak English properly and can't figure out what rectal means? You pretend it's just a company ka naam, or you don't really think of it as an issue. It just,
Aisha
No, I'm
Broacha
sure-
saying he's for sale. Anyone, I'll pay you. I think she means you, Cyrus.
Is there a
How
way we
much?
can
How much is she willing
can
to
we
pay?
remove her from the comments? Is there a way to do that?
And no,
Block her?
absolutely. Let's have her in the comments. I love this. I love that she's spilling tea. Tell us.
Spilling tea.
Tell us
Aisha,
the
get a
biggest
life. Instead of sitting around with Kunal
Tell us
Jain and
Cyrus
Aditya
Broacha's
Rege
biggest
at the
secret.
Willingdon Club and eating bhelpuri while the country is suffering. There's an epidemic going on. Abbas nearly died. 101
That's
fever
true.
almost
Yeah.
in his
Mm.
bum. Through
I
the
feel
rectal
like we're not
thermometer that
using
Puneet sent
this
him.
opportunity enough. Aisha Broacha is in the comments, and we're not
Yeah.
asking her questions about Cyrus that we should
How
be
much?
asking.
How much is she willing to pay to buy this man?
She's from my family. This is just a comment. The hands don't go into
She's
the
saying no auction, please take.
Puneet, kuch bharo na paisa. You're the man. Save me. See, we have a good time together. You better tell the truth now.
Cyrus,
You
you're
can
being
do it in
sold in the
EMIs maybe.
comments.
You can do it in EMIs.
Okay. Mode of
Asan
payment is your
system.
choice. Rohit Sharma, $25 deal done.
Is it the
Yeah,
Rohit Sharma, the cricketer?
Well, if it is, I'm dropping him from the World Cup squad. Get away. ₹1.
$80.
Meghnad in your face. Meghnad in your face. I'm going to celebrate next year. This time we'll celebrate 1 year of Meghnad jokes only for one mistake that he made. Poor guy. Yeah. Before you, Maru.
Can you show me from
Whoa.
Bangladesh? Wow,
We
you're
have
in
Bangladeshi
demand.
fans in the
Oh,
comments.
that's the only place my visa was rejected ever in
Really?
my
But
history.
you don't need
Yeah.
shipping for Bangladesh. You just the border is porous. You just
Yeah.
walk across.
Mama, I don't want to travel through all that. Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah, they'll put me in one container or something. That human trafficking feeling will be there. I don't want that. I want to go with my AC car. I want Niv to be driver. I want English-speaking female driver. Please, I'm not Andrew
Wow.
Tate. This is my
Dhaka
mind.
gets bloody cold in December, Jan.
You think
like,
my good luck they'll take me in December, Jan? Or in the middle of May? What do you think, Abbas? I won't need a
would you
rectal
know that,
thermometer.
Abbas?
I'll be 101
Why would
all
you know
over.
that trivia?
Because I once went to Singapore and Malaysia, humble brag,
Via
and
Bangladesh.
via Dhaka.
by road.
The flight halted in Dhaka.
But you went out of you wandered around Dhaka.
Yes.
What are you talking about? Who let you
Yes.
wander around on a connecting flight?
So the flight halted in Dhaka, and the connecting flight was the next day.
So that's not a connecting flight. That's the next flight. That's
That's
totally
the next
different
flight,
thing.
whatever. Yes.
Yeah. Which you
So
can't
I
miss
got.
that flight. It's not like you got 2 hours, rush. You got to
I
spend a
was
whole
in
day.
Dhaka for some 14, 15 hours I've spent there, and it's not
I,
much
Any
I
the
had
same
memories?
gone
stuff.
to
Is it like Cal or
Doki
different?
Lake once, which is in Shillong,
I
and that
haven't.
is on a border with Bangladesh. So the
Huh.
lake, one side is India, one side is Bangladesh. Our side is clean, and you can see the bottom of the lake. Their side they wash clothes, but the border is right there. And one of the families, the
See, we
old
need
guy,
to
he
feel
got
superior to someone, Cyrus.
One sec, Puneet the
at least some.
diplomat at his best because Maruf is calling in from Bangladesh instead of healing relations. Go ahead, go ahead. And this is
So
one of
one,
our
no, no,
I
liberals.
guess
Remember
no
that point.
it
specials in
it
Dhaka, Punit.
it gets better. It gets better. So there's an uncle from our side who got lost there, and we were looking for him for an hour, and he was nowhere to be seen. And apparently, he had slipped over to that side because
Oh
he wanted to
damn!
buy yeah, he wanted to buy pan or something, and the pan wala
No
was on that
pans in
side.
Shillong.
So yeah, I guess. I mean, actually, there are they eat a lot of
Hey, bro, those
supari,
were
but
great days. Can you imagine just cross the border?
yeah,
Nobody gives a damn because it's $5 cheaper on that side or whatever. Come
It's
on.
not actually. So when I went, this is back in 2004, 2005. 1 rupee was 1 taka. So now I think I don't know if it's fallen or like
it's the
remained the
same. It's
Oh,
the
same.
same.
oh,
Yeah,
their
So
GDP is better than ours at the moment.
I
Last
know.
16 months,
Yeah,
they've done better than us. So
the
please be careful.
soldiers then detained the
Wow.
guy, and but they handed
That's
him over. They thought ki this guy is harmless. So this must be happening a lot, I guess.
yeah. A
So
lot
that's
of
why
What
people wander in search of pan over to
Thank God my wife
Bangladesh.
didn't cross the border. My wife is an international criminal wanted in Spain. So, I mean, the word would get out in no time. Pakad liya, we've got her. Boys, we've got her. They'll all be
you know
killing
what?
for me.
Speaking of
Kumar Sanu,
criminals,
after Rohit
oh,
Shetty, we've
Kumar
got Kumar
Sanu,
Sanu in the
Not Rohit
Kumar
Shetty, Rohit Sharma.
think
But you're right.
congrats.
All the people listening are celebrities. Yeah.
No, wait, but what rumor is someone spreading about me? The
that you
rumors
have a
we're
lot of
hearing.
female fans.
Oh
So
yeah,
there's
that's
two
not a rumor.
girls who are fighting
Yeah.
over you. We call it
Go
the
on.
US Open, although they're in Canada. Yeah.
Only one of them is
Interesting.
in Canada. The other
And where's
is
the other one?
in
Cal.
Chennai, I believe.
Chennai.
Actually, I shouldn't be giving away info about
One second, one second.
listeners.
So
Oh
you're in touch
wow!
Yeah.
with her
Just
offline.
like
I mean, not offline, but off the show.
I mean, DMs have been
dox them
exchanged.
on this podcast.
So,
By the way, do you guys
oh
know that
man,
I am the co-host of this episode?
Yes.
I just
oh
want to
shit!
let
Oh, one
everybody
sec.
know
If
that
you're the
is
co-host, let me
it's
make the
my first
volume louder.
time being the co-host of the episode,
Oh
and
no, I
nobody
made it
knows
softer.
about it. I've been really sneaky about this. But since we were talking about
It's like playing a
crimes
game while
and
you guys
fun
are talking.
crimes, yeah, I just wanted to bring in the first topic of the day, which is this one guy apparently stole 17 lakhs of Cadbury chocolates from a UP godown. And
Oh,
yeah, that's a fun crime, isn't it? It's not like a very bad crime. It's something that
I mean,
you
talk
would
about
do and
porous
not.
borders. I
crime.
think UP go downs have much porous borders than Bangladesh.
So apparently somebody saw him bring a truck in and just load the vehicle,
Yeah,
but he thought it was the owner himself that was doing it, and that's how this guy just took all of the chocolates.
Why did he steal
Oh
so
no,
much chocolate?
Cyrus,
Though?
we can't hear you again for some reason. Oh,
Let's just
this
Okay.
is our
let's.
chance to
Oh,
keep
now we
talking,
can.
to keep
I,
going.
as many women will tell you, I pressed the wrong button. It happens all the time. I'm sorry. Never again. Now
Why
what's
did
happening?
this
which one
person steal?
did he steal? The dark chocolate or the normal chocolate or
No, no,
the?
Cadbury, it was all
Puneet,
Cadbury
every chore
chocolates,
doesn't have
but
diabetes. I like your thinking. He goes in, अरे मेरे को dark पसंद है straight away.
It's more
That's great.
expensive. Though. You would make more money. I mean, what is he going to black market it now? What the fuck is he going to do with the chocolate?
or maybe he just wants to. I don't know. It sounds like
A Robin Hood
what
kind of guy
you
who
can't
just
even sell it for a higher price or anything. It's not
No, but what
drugs.
would be
may,
great
I
if he
mean,
doesn't?
no, I don't think abroad you get Cadbury's very easily, right? I think
What?
it's yeah, abroad it's a little more expensive because our
You
chocolates
get
are way sweeter than
you
the
get
chocolates
Cadbury. You
abroad.
don't get Cadbury. So you get this is variation. And also remember one thing: if it's a hot day and he hasn't got a storehouse plan or storage plan, it'll just melt. So 17 lakhs. By the time he's 12 kilometers down the road,
I
it's
mean,
like
you
4
can
lakhs.
always
And then it's,
refreeze it, right?
bro, chocolates go bad really fast, no?
What?
Trust me, I've kept them in. I've in school. I've kept them in a pocket and all to have at lunch.
Then you
And
can
I
lick
couldn't wear
it
the
off
pant
the
ever again. My
wrapper.
mother was so angry.
But if you put
Papa,
it in
that
a
simple
fridge,
Cadbury, that long one. What was that long
Yeah,
one
yeah,
called?
yeah.
You know, so
Cadbury,
that was like yeah, but it was
chocolate bar.
when Puneet was a young man, that was what was
Yeah.
available. I don't know, you guys know. I don't know it's there, so I don't want to like make a fool of myself. Okay, but
Wait,
uncle
I'll
ne
tell
kya
you
bola?
the
Google.
the small
Huh.
Cadbury that used to come. It used to have a
Hey,
design
stop
of
it.
a
Girls have
old
called me that
timey.
also.
I
Don't
know
say that. I feel
old
bad.
Cadbury was also the name of Richie Rich's butler, by the way. I
Thank
don't
you,
know if it
brother.
was
We
a-
all read
yeah.
the comic. Well done.
It used to
COVID
have
has
that
changed
old
you.
timey British cars made on them. On the
Ah,
Cadbury.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
saying that foil was that. I know again. I don't know what it is now. I haven't had it for a long time. But that thin foil on the longest one, and then you put it in your pocket, in your school car pant pocket, and then you sit 3, 4, 5 hours or
That's
whatever
true. Yeah,
until the
yeah.
break, maybe 4 hours, and then you take it out. I screwed up on my
Who's
whole
who's
right
who's
pocket was.
rectally examining their
Are you
bum
s-
with chocolates now?
Are
Get
you
that? My
still
mom
like
was so
thinking
angry
about
because she
what?
couldn't take it. No, the whole thing, the stain didn't come out properly after they cleaned it and all.
Ah.
It's really it's worse than crap,
So
as in literally.
apparently,
You can't clean it.
the Slumdog Millionaire scene where this boy jumps into a pile of shit to get an autograph of Amitabh Bachchan, the shit was
Yeah.
actually made out of
Typical
chocolate.
day
Yeah.
in Mumbai, प्रतीक्षा के बाहर जो भी मैं अगर आप जा सकते हैं घूमने के लिए, you'll see it all the time. बेटा, come out of the shade, uncle has come.
Whenever you need to
I
show
think
shit
when
in
they run out
movies,
of
chocolate.
flavors, run out of all flavors for chocolates, finally they will have maybe a condom flavored chocolate as a
Okay,
What?
Puneet. Thanks for putting
Reverse.
that image.
Maybe
reverse.
now the humor is going beyond my capacity. So it's a reverse one.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
reverse
Talking
thing.
about condoms, though.
Whoa.
Yes,
Wait,
Shreyas.
Oh, smooth, smooth.
Maybe
Odisha's
Abbas has
government.
not completed it. We've hijacked his story, by the way. First,
No,
Puneet
so
stole it,
yes,
then I
That's
was
what
they
you just
stole
said.
it.
when they need to show shit in movies, they use chocolate, and especially the Snickers bar makes for good shit on screen.
Oh,
Ah,
that's correct.
Fun
Oh,
fact for
Puneet, this
people.
is gross. Your
Ah.
condom flavored chocolate was not gross.
Yeah,
Because
what
people
is the
people in the
condom
chat
flavor?
are saying next time I hope COVID takes a little longer. That seems to be the reaction
That's
of
why
most
I
people.
try to
No, but
hijack.
next
Hey,
time
can
when
you
you eat a
smell
Snickers bar, just
yes. Or the next
Sorry.
time when you
How can we say we are a country suffering in depression and that kind of thing when we sit around and monitor the fact that this bar versus that bar will leave a more possible excreta-like effect? I mean, I'm thinking that's a very advanced sort of conversation. You can't have it in suffering
can we
times.
quickly have our favorite chocolate bars? Like mine would be the classic Dairy Milk, as someone commented.
A
Yeah.
be desi man, Twix.
Twix is not this.
I love
Puneet?
Twix.
almond brittle is nice.
Oh,
That's a little fancy.
successful comic.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
are
it
we
looks like
supposed
it.
to be nationalists in this?
No, whatever you want.
I really like
Wait,
Lindt chocolates.
Okay.
They're my
Wow.
favorite. Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. So nobody
Well, I
wants
knew I was
almond.
going to get judged for this. That's why I didn't want
I
to
don't think
say
I've
it.
had Lindt chocolate. What is Lindt chocolate?
Lindt. It's
Lindt.
Arpit,
Lint.
thanks for spoiling
Lint.
Cadbury and Snickers for me.
yeah.
No,
Arpit
They're
Bansal
really good
says,
though.
well, I mean, I'm not spoiling it for you. It's just
And
movie
Arpit,
magic.
whatever
when I
goes
say
in has to
Snickers.
come out.
the story
So
of the toffee or the chocolate melting in a kid's pant in school, that's happened to many people here. Come on, I can't believe it's a
but
one-off.
you know that's how
Sometimes you
radio
forget.
waves were discovered, right? You know that, right? A guy had a chocolate bar in his pocket, standing near a radio station, and it melted. So he realized that these waves can be used
Rays.
for
Mm.
creating heat, and that's how the microwave oven got invented.
At this point, as your manager, I asked, Punch kahan hai?
This is
Anyway,
general trivia.
since we've run out of things to talk about in this topic,
Can I plug Puneet's bit on our show? Of course, it's already out. We can see it on YouTube.
What
Where
show?
Puneet talks about Independence Day. Please watch it. He's damn funny. Really,
He is
I
funny.
think. Yeah, but he has to be exposed to more audiences than just these young people who don't get what he's saying. Young people are all idiots. I've decided I don't want any young people around me. If you're under the age of 25, you're out. You're fired. Okay, 26. Okay, for women, 22, but men, 27.
I think
Hey,
Puneet
Gary,
has to
Gary
wear-
says.
Can
Gary says
Gary
on
just
T-
stop sucking
Yeah.
Puneet's dick right now, please?
Wow, that's a
Wow.
Go eat a Snickers bar, Gary. Puneet
Sure,
is
bit.
man.
Puneet is
Vedas
read
of
Das of
Cyrus
Cyrus
says.
says. He does speak of many Indias.
I don't know
true.
if that's a compliment, but sure.
Hey, come on, let's not throw shade at Veer Das.
I'm not throwing shade.
I'm
I'm
still
just saying.
suffering at poor Gary Pereira, the nice guy on the show, saying nice things.
It's like
Next
the
thing,
third compliment about
know-
Puneet he's put in since the
the
in
sexual
the 20
references.
minutes.
Abbas, you got to
watches with-
put
he
more
watches
work
with his
out, then
daughter
you'll
from
get your
Liverpool,
compliments
England.
yourself.
I'm not saying praise me. I'm just saying stop praising Puneet so much. Okay, we get it. He's funny.
Jal
Abbas,
gaya
I
beta.
go go watch his video. I am also
You
endorsing
burnt
it.
him. Jal gaya. Abbas is clearly jealous of Puneet.
Vamsi is saying
come
Abbas is
on.
clearly jealous of Puneet. No,
Yes.
I'm not. Puneet, now he doesn't give me spots, but like I said,
no, but But
Back in
Abbas
my-
does get a little salty. Today when he saw me at the office, he was like, "So Niveditha, do you have a spot
It was
today?"
supposed to be a joke. I mean, we only see each other at open mics. I was like, "Hey, you got a spot?" And she went all serious. She's like, "No, I
Actually-
don't have a spot. I actually work here now."
Actually, Abbas, we
Maybe
haven't
also
met at
because
an open
Mehta didn't
mic
invite
for
you
a long
years.
time.
1 second.
They did.
Now you're jealous of Niv being an employee.
Fuck
What's
yes.
going on? Man, this
Just
fever's
he
raging.
has the
Fever's
same.
raging.
He has the same. What do you call it?
Designation.
Designation as me, and I'm like,
designation.
wow, I was the only one with that designation. Now I have to
What
tell
is
you?
it? What I want to hear the designation. I'm
Please
dying
tell
to
the
hear it.
designation.
Please tell the
Janvi.
designation.
We were called creators.
Creator.
You
Wow.
morons! That's an intern. That's just like
Very
fucking
biblical.
intern. What the hell? Ask the guy with the MBA. What the hell are you talking about? Creators? You can't go back to your pop and show creators. You got nothing.
I told
What is
everybody in the
creators?
office
You tell
that
us.
the only way to greet me is to bow before me.
So
That's how I-
creators
in
are a
that's how I
meetings,
different
introduce
species.
in
myself.
meetings when Amit is like, "So this is Abbas," and then he pauses for a second, is like, "Yeah, we got to figure out how to introduce you." We can't just say,
Hey,
"This is
do it
Abbas,
properly. Do it properly.
creator."
Hey, you do a great Amit. I want to hear it properly. Come on.
I know,
And action. Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
The same line. How do you introduce him? That pause, awkward pause. Just the one sentence and go.
So this is Abbas, and man, we got to figure out a way
But
how
the-
to introduce you.
He's just doing like an American accent. Yeah, but
No, he
that's-
doesn't. He
Yeah.
doesn't. Let him warm up.
that's
He'll do it
it.
again. We'll make him do it
Wait,
again.
Puneet,
He'll be
Puneet
even
had
closer.
something to say. Puneet, what are you saying?
Creators, Cyrus, like content creators are like a different species of human beings, and they
We
start
just-
every sentence. No, they start every sentence with "Hello, dosto." That is how you know it's creator.
हेलो दोस्तों,
ये
लाइक
हेलो
सब्सक्राइब
दोस्तों।
सब्सक्राइब का बटन दबा दीजिए और स्ट्रीम को लाइक कर दो फटाफट ताकि और लोग हम
जैसे आपने
always
hello
telling you
दोस्तों बोला,
हाँ.
Dost has come right here and now I'm under pressure. This is over my shoulder. And the AC is working and that's going to be topic of the day. Man, what a life we live. Please, Puneet, I've got the sitcom for you. It's Kunal Vijaykar's life story. Please, will you just write that? Okay, because
For people
while the
listening,
world
Have you
is
seen the
burning,
live-
people are
live
dying,
hostage
and there's
I had
depression and
done
oppression
against
and all these problems.
Cyrus's
That
head.
man's worry is that the driver
Now
brought the car
standing.
away from the building and now he'll have to walk into the street. So I'm just saying, this is the difference between people. That lady is a girl I'm having an affair with.
Oh,
So,
man.
just, guys,
Aw.
don't put this. Can you make sure this
Does
doesn't
your
go on
wife know
again?
about it?
No, my wife sent her. All right. Wait, Niv, what kind of show is this?
Yeah, what's the next
I'm
topic?
sorry.
Rubbish.
Pat,
Every
Pat,
time I
creators,
bring it up next
you
time-
creator number
creators,
two.
Every
Katie.
time I bring it up, you guys are like, "Oh, but Puneet was saying something."
Not us, Gary, in the comments.
Okay,
Whoa.
Okay, let's talk about the things that you wanted to talk about. Puneet wanted to talk about LSD improves
No, that
memory
was
in
me.
articles. That was you?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay, Abbas wanted to talk about how LSD improves
I think
memory.
Puneet's acronyms are more like GST, VAT. He's more to that. When it comes to LSD, you got the right guy. Well, Abbas is just the vice
Sorry
principal. The
again
real-
to my
the-
audio
The
listeners.
dean of the college would be Silvery. Where's Silvery? Oh, this
He
time
hangs
won't get
around.
Silvery. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
he's the creator's
yeah.
assistant.
Yes, the ultimate creator. Guys, how can you
No.
take that name? How can you look at yourselves in the mirror? and
I
become
didn't know.
creator?
I didn't know I was going to be a creator. I found out when I got my
Hell.
offer letter.
I wouldn't. I
And she was
wouldn't
okay
know
with
that.
it. She's like, yeah, sounds good.
I was better than producer.
Why didn't you
That's
say
true.
my
That's
title
actually
is
true.
Bob? Just call me
Sorry,
Bob.
Sparsh.
That's it.
I just dissed Sparsh's designation.
Bob creator.
What is
same
Sparsh? What is
thing.
Sparsh? What is Sparsh?
Sparsh,
What's
Sparsh
his...
is a producer.
Producer.
Yeah.
Wow, the 22-year-old
Wow.
kid, 2 weeks into the job, is the producer.
Yes.
Abbas, who's been here for 7 years, you can see from his hair, he's a grandfather of 2 at this age. He's just the creator. Kuch hai, creator.
No, so before this, I was head of production, and now I'm creator.
Wow, and not even head of creator, just creator. And Puneet, by the way,
Oh
the
my
Hello Dosto,
gosh.
remember back in the 90s,
Yes.
all college functions started with Hello Friends. And
Hello,
literally, we
Friends.
made a show on it. Hello, friends. That everybody used that. I mean, it's such an irritating kind of. It became Hi Guys, later on. But Hello, friends was all across
Hello,
the country.
But Cyrus, hello friends, then eventually evolved into Mitron.
Oh, time for the Amit moment of the day. Hello, hello.
Okay, LSD. So,
I was thinking.
I
So,
mean,
but,
that article had nothing in it. Did you even understand what it said?
Niveditha, why roasting me on air, dude?
Sorry, but it really
So
did.
I'll tell you how I chanced upon this because as someone who was suffering from
No.
COVID, I can-
Let us guess. Let us guess. They had run out of marijuana. So you said, what the hell?
No. There was a article I read that COVID affects your memory loss. So you're more prone to Alzheimer's if you have had COVID, right? And then there was a related article that LSD improves your memory.
Which you
So
read
what
before,
I'm
but you couldn't
trying,
remember.
yeah, what I'm trying to say is I need some supply of LSD now because the latest research
Can I tell
says
you
now that
honestly?
yes,
I took it once in my life, and I'm not into
uh,
drugs at all. So, and I had a very bad trip. I got fever. Took 2 days to recover.
oh really?
I've heard the
Yeah,
worst things about
it's
LSD
not a
But
though.
did
good.
you see colors and all that shit
Forget
that
that. You're
people?
supposed to be taken through it. Apparently, later on they told me it's called something like a guy who takes you through it. A
Oh,
confidant. No,
okay.
like a guide,
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
mentor
yeah,
or something.
yeah,
It
yeah,
can't
yeah.
be
Has
because these are nuts.
NCV entered the chat yet?
Yeah. I mean, where's Silvery? We need Silvery to
Oh
explain
yeah,
all this. I
actually,
have
he
no
would
idea.
know
Somebody
shit
just
about.
gave
But
it to us.
Yeah,
Drop
apparently,
some acid, man.
none of us today can talk about this. I was wondering how you were gonna
So,
tell our LSD experiences
yesterday
without having
in
it.
But
Bangalore,
Niv, if
Andrew
you
Massive.
remember, we talk about everything without knowing anything. So if that's the perimeter of everything, I don't see the problem, really.
no, but
Oh.
apparently, even if you
That's a good
admit to having done something, some substance, it is still an offense, isn't it? In
No, it
India.
is, but it was erroneous. I had no idea. Somebody gave us
Ah.
something which is like an accident. No? But honestly, I had no
You
idea.
spiked your drink in a
Baba,
club.
when you're drinking so much, you don't know what you're doing exactly. And you made a bakra quite easily because you can eat or drink anything somebody gives you.
Oh my
You know how
gosh.
many
But
girls I've
the
dated
but the
that way, or more
way
importantly, how many girls dated me that way? People are not in their right mind. Why do
the
you
way
think
they
we're
show
married
it is
today?
the way they show it in movies. The moment you put the pill on your tongue, you start playing Pink Floyd, and everything starts becoming trippy, and you start seeing colors. And off the side of my eye, I can see Sparsh nodding his head. So I
Hmm.
don't know if he's
It's a
nodding
musician, so
off.
Pink Floyd, mushkil se mila knowledge. But as we're saying, when you go back to 70s and all, then we have to sit and explain everything. So be very careful of references.
And
So
back
let
If you
then,
have to be
let
on
Niv do the
Spotify, you have
references.
to take
He's the
acid.
only
No, that's
person
it's a rule.
representing.
but
So
then the
take acid.
Spotify ads will start playing in between.
Let me check. Let me check. Okay,
In the
Puneet is
trip
closer
also.
to my age. Abbas, obviously, South Mumbai boy, so you know all this. Niv, Pink Floyd, what's your favorite song?
Comfortably numb.
Comfortably now.
That's the only one I know. I don't know any other Pink
What?
Floyd song.
Oh
I've
God,
never heard
somebody's
any
singing.
other
We don't
Pink
need no
Floyd
education in
song.
my ear. Mom. No, it's the wife. It's the wife.
No,
So,
They
Niv,
that's
do you,
actually
fine.
do
have
you
a
know
There's
song
the?
called Mother as well. Pink Floyd has a song
Mother!
called Mother.
oh, that was a
You
great
know,
song.
and it has a line. Do you know they try to break my balls? No, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
Mother.
Alice. What is it with us Indian men? We only like bad words. So when the song would play, that line everybody would sing loudly. Like Alice, we
Oh,
only knew that one line. Alice, Alice. You know the
Who's
whole
a
beautiful beginning. Sally called, da da da, dee 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 dee. The whole country thing, nobody gets it. And then Alice, Alice, and then everybody shouts, "Who the fuck yeah?" And then again quiet. Why do
Cyrus
you do
the
that?
NCB has commented right now saying they need to talk to the producers and the hosts.
And Rishi was very happy to highlight that for us.
Okay,
Uh,
but you're not big with just the NCB. You need the ED as well. That's when you know you're somebody.
and
You
you
know,
need Navika also for this. She's the
Iriji
expert.
go on Insta. Dekho, kaun aaya? Oh, I saw a picture of Shah Rukh and Aryan coming out of the airport, or a video rather, where somebody tried to take an autograph of, photograph of Shah Rukh came close to him, and Aryan protected his father. It's quite sweet. Kind of
Yeah,
took him.
I've watched
Yeah,
that video too. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
well, I mean, that's what all good sons do, right? Protect their father.
somebody grabbed
No, I
his
think because Shah
hand.
Rukh was getting angry, slightly angry, may have been saying something under the mask. I don't know. And he quickly, made sure no situation happened or got out of hand. That doesn't sound like a kid who's,
But
on any kind of medication. That sounds like a
Cyrus,
good,
did you
mature
go to
young man.
the Roger Waters gig that happened in Mumbai years
Wow.
ago?
Roger Waters ka naam
Puneet
liya.
is still there.
Oh, Puneet now the MBA is coming out of his mind, Now he's a hostel boy again. There's one guy who plays guitar really badly, and yeah, go on, carry on.
It was a great gig.
There's
Mother,
this
do you think
one
they'll drop
incident.
the bomb? Come on, let's try and sing it
Speaking,
to bug
what
Niv.
are you gonna say? Oh my
Niv, you sing
gosh,
comfortably numb. We'll sing
I do
Mother.
not know how to sing that song. It's not a karaoke song, is it?
Well, it
Is
can
there
be.
anybody
not.
in
Yeah.
there?
Kind of
If you're
not.
I don't think
drunk
that'll be
enough,
the
every
first.
song is a
Not if you
karaoke
can
song.
hear
And
me.
there's no Pink Floyd growing up.
Is
Nobody, no
there
one around.
anyone
No one.
home?
I found out because I hung out with these people who were
Uncles.
kind of hippies. Yeah,
Hippies. Pink Floyd is the
Just
music
say,
of the
Uncle
hippies.
bol sakta hai,
exactly.
bhai.
I was hanging out with hippies and I heard
Okay, there's
the
a
Pink Floyd
comment by
music.
Kumar Sanu saying I
Oh,
met Silvery at the clinic
oh my
today.
God.
He had
Oh my
come in
God.
for his weekly echocardiogram. Sweet guy. Though someone
Whoa.
really needs to help him out with his wardrobe.
He sounds like my father.
Oh man.
What is this clinic meetups that are happening?
But he's
But
28.
to be honest, all
Weekly
comics
No, he's
dress
30.
badly though. Very few
30.
comics dress well. Like only the rich, famous ones dress well. I feel like there's a
Who's the best dressed
relation.
comic according to you in the Bombay
In
scene?
India? In Indian? Amongst Indians?
Okay,
or
in
foreign,
India.
Everybody.
Anu Menon, hands down.
But Anu Menon was
Yeah, that's
a
a good
TV
point.
person before she was a
No,
full
but
time
Anu, no,
comic.
that's
Is
not.
she
Anu
still a
Menon always
comedian?
dresses. She's an
She's-
elegant dresser. I'll give her
Oh,
that.
Yeah,
I've
she
never seen
dresses
Anu
very
Menon
well.
dressed in a gaudy sort of bad
Yeah,
manner
but
or anything.
for me, that comes from being on television, being presentable, right? I'm
No,
talking
just
about
because
like
she's got some
lackeys
class,
like us.
bro. Some people have class. It's
Lakhs.
secondary, they're
So
comedians or doctors or
classy.
whatever.
I'm not denying that. She's very
Yeah.
well dressed, yes.
And she's very well dressed. I bet she dresses up to go buy vegetables. I
Okay,
don't
that
think
sounds
she
vulgar.
just wears
So
that.
now the class has gone out of the system. So she's this randy woman who's like, I'll dress well so no one can tell what my intentions are. Babe, that's terrible.
Oh,
What do you do?
We
What's going on?
always wear designer.
why,
no?
yeah.
We is-
What
we is
Veer
what's
what?
going
designer.
on is it's time for a break, and we're gonna cut this short because
Does
That
Veer
was-
wear
that was
heels?
we're just gonna
That was
Does
go
Veer
for
wear
a
heels?
break immediately.
Veer
No,
wear
but
heels?
wait.
One.
Does Veer wear heels?
Yeah, somebody told me he wears heels. Is it true?
have no
Because
power?
he's
in
not
this
very
I
show.
mean, sure, if he wants
Literally.
to.
Doing a countdown to interrupt you.
I'll believe it. I'll
Do you
believe
feel like a chauvinist moment where the poor
No,
thing is
it's
trying to
not-
push you to the
It's
brink
not
and you guys
heels.
are-
It's the things
know,
you put in your shoe to increase
Okay,
your
now I'm going
height.
to clarify this. Mr. Stallone. Yeah. Now this is like walking again. Okay, this redundant conversation about that being an exercise. Once you put something in the frigging shoe to elevate your height, how is it not heels?
It's not heels. It's
It's a-
uniformly elevates you. Heel is on
Cyrus,
the
heel
on the
is from
heel.
one direction up so that your
भाई
ass
साहब,
Yeah.
really
बताओ,
paints at the end. That's
नकली
the
चीज
heel.
है नकली नकली का मतलब क्या है असली चीज नहीं है ना whether you put silicone in your to make your boobs big or whether you put a thing to hold up the cups or whatever, it's still cheating, right?
No,
Cheating
not
is
the
cheating.
same thing.
Cheating is cheating.
It's different if you only enhance your nipples and if you enhance the full boob.
Let me
Right,
ask
it's
the
that.
expert. Nave,
Eh,
what the hell is he
what?
talking about?
What?
I don't know
What
what
is
this is.
What the
I
hell?
just
I'm
know
making a
that
comparison.
men are very
How
sensitive
can
about
you-
being short, and if
So
they
are
want to look
nipples.
tall, they should be able
How
to do
can
it.
you
He's getting a
enhance your
pass.
nipples, Abbas?
He's
Please
getting a
tell me.
pass.
And
The-
it's time
the
for a
break
break.
can wait.
Sparsh is
He's
like, you
getting-
should have cut to a break 3 minutes
You
ago.
can't give a
What's
pass.
going
You're
on?
giving up. Abbas is saying it's a pretty authentic
Ah.
thing for a guy to put those inners in and elevate the height from inside.
No,
It's the exact same
I'm
thing as the
actually
heel from
making
outside.
a feminist
There's no
comment
difference.
that women have to wear heels where you have to balance your entire body weight on the heel of your foot, whereas men get away because they can put the entire thing on the foot, the sole,
Puneet,
to increase
the-
their height.
it's based on the fact that for 1 minute on stage, 12 years ago, he dressed as a woman for a bit. Huh?
Who,
For 1 minute
Veer?
on stage. No, you. Leave poor
I
Veer
never
alone.
dressed as a. I played a gay person in a play, but I never
Wow.
dressed
Like you
as
guys
a-
are
as a
literally
woman.
not saying
You're
anything
saying all the
of
wrong things.
substance right
This is
now.
the-
No, I
We should
played a
go
gay-
for a break.
What are you
And
trying to
just
say?
go
That
on
gay
break
people are
for
women,
some
that
reason.
women are gay
I
people.
played, I played
Please,
gay in a
the world
play
has
which
moved
was,
forward. You misogynist
at Umang.
bastard. You Andrew Tate of India. Let's give him Indian name. Akhilesh Tata. You're
I'm
Akhilesh
no
Tata.
Andrew Tate. Okay.
All
let's
right.
go.
Sorry.
And now a break.
Hello. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Advertising is Dead, it's all about business. Varun is joined by Senior Assistant Editor at Live Mint, Shefali Bhatt. They discuss the boom in the content creation sphere and its impact. On Don Baika Gappa Aika, Avanti and Aparna explore the various aspects of public displays of affection. On Nankari, Sadaf talks to Amar Naqvi, a Karachi-based journalist, about the component of a perfect biryani. On the Ideas Project, Anupam is joined by Arvind Kothari, founder of Nishevai, to talk about ESG and green energy. And on Cyrus Says, Cyrus chats with author and entrepreneur Faisal Farooqi about his latest book, In the Shadow of a Legend. The book is based on the life of the legendary Dilip Kumar. Once again, would like to remind you all about our merch. There's some amazing stuff out there. Please go to our website, ivmpodcast.com. Click on the shop tab and do check out what's available there. I'm sure you'll find something you like. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And also, I'd like to remind you all to please tell a friend about this show if you're enjoying it. It will give you somebody to talk to the show about. Yeah, it really does help us too, so that too. Also, please rate us on any of the platforms you're listening to us on, and you can check us out on YouTube. We have a page on our website which basically lists all our YouTube channels. Please go check that out. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week, Boat Lifestyle, Small Case, and Intel vPro. Thank you so much for making this possible.
It's an unbelievable story. Back after the break, but the biryani
Yeah.
fight can continue till today. I mean, I just saw that bit with those two guys. They're fantastic, by the way. And I'm just thinking you could actually do a whole show just on biryani. Like the lady who wrote 100 different forms of biryani, and most of them from the south, by the way, Miss South India, which people don't know because they think it's biased towards the north when it comes to biryani. It's not true. So wow, you go to Karachi, you can still fight. You can have a whole episode about whether this biryani is the best in not even full Pakistan, just that area. It's amazing. I want to do that show. Kunal, you're cancelled. Fucking boring. Unlimit the food in such a way it can put, but how tasty hair. Enough. Abbas, it's about time we have a younger,
It's a
faster,
weekly
more
show on
energetic.
biryani, is it? Like every week biryani.
No. They do a food thing, but I'm saying they can do so much on biryani and you don't get bored, right? I mean, most
Ah,
dishes you do it once and that's the catalog for life. But biryani, butter chicken, these two have survived like arguments and they can do like episode after episode. Every different area has another one and
yeah.
another claim to
And there's
fame.
also history behind the biryanis, how the Mughals or some king made it for himself. And
Don't
Well,
stop spreading right-wing agenda
yeah,
over here.
the way of I mean, out of all the crimes against humanity, I don't know if that was the worst thing a king could have done. I will make the chapel only for me. It's okay.
This
What
reminds
do you
me
think
of
of
the Birbal ki khichdi story, but I will not recollect it now.
Why'd you?
Patil constable outside Cyrus's house says Puneet was always calm.
Listen, let me just say, if he's outside, we'll give him a chair. Because in Malabar Hill, they sit on chairs. Nobody's doing anything. They just sit there and wait for someone to attack a minister, which never happens. Really. I'm telling you, there's no attack in the Valkeshwar area on any VIP ever, except by their own wives, which doesn't count, really. Yeah. Oh, but
there's
Well,
before
this
an
we
entire
go
actually
to
there's an
this
entire
actually reminds
Seinfeld episode in which George feels bad about the security guy who has to stand all day. So he gives him a
when he gets
chair,
his chair. Yeah.
and
And
then
then
he
the guy
stands
robs
up.
them because he falls asleep. Yeah. Don't tell them the story. Oh, I did.
Boomers,
Listen,
stop
Niv,
reminiscing about
assert
yeah, but
Seinfeld.
yourself. We're three guys who are going to keep talking above you. You have to just say shut
yeah,
up and go
I
on.
Wait,
just yeah, but
Cyrus,
when
before
I
Unless
we
you do
talk,
it
I
on your
just
own.
like talk with you. It's not like I'm talking over you. We're just talking at the same time.
before we move on to the next topic, I have a wonderful piece of
What?
literature
He
with me over
does.
here.
We were going to
But
talk
It's
she
about
called
was she was
Cyrus's
she
called
was
book.
in the
Kal Aaj
show.
Aur Kal. It's written by
Yes.
this wonderful author called Cyrus Broacha. And I thought we'll play a fun game. So there's the book is around 220 pages long. So I thought we'll do this thing where I ask each of you a page number between 1 and 200. And whatever the first line, Cyrus has lost interest.
No,
Whatever
I'm
the
trying to
first
find my
line,
copy because how am I going to remember anything? I'm just going to see if
whatever's the
it's there.
first line on that page, that
Uh,
describes your sex life. Okay, cool.
ooh.
So,
Wow.
ladies first.
I
So,
hope this is not
Oh
part
Nivedita,
of the
God,
Abbas. I
this is
hope this is
the
not part of the
worst
stand-up that I
episode.
pay for when I come to see you. Huh? I'm really worried now.
there is some political stuff, Cyrus, which I forgot was in the book. Some parties are named. I will not go there. But Nivedita, just name any random number between 1
I
and
got
200.
paid for that book actually. We actually sold about 20,000
35.
copies, which wasn't bad. So I actually got some money. Sorry,
So Nivedita
35.
said
Okay,
page number 35. The first line on
35.
page 35 is an Enrico Caruso to the nearby hanging gardens.
What is
That's
it
your
supposed
that's
to?
your
So
sex
Enrico
life.
Caruso
But
is
like,
considered.
it's not even a book that like is relevant
Okay,
for this.
let me just explain. If she doesn't know who Pink Floyd is, Caruso is considered the greatest tenor of all operatic tenors in the history of music. Okay, so you have to
And
be a
hanging
proper
gardens.
aficionado,
Are
whatever,
Palan.
that you read the book now. I can't even remember anything myself, but I'll tell you the reference. So poor Niv, I don't know what we've done. We've thrown her in with the sharks. Older, and oldest. It's like that. It's just all wrong.
Puneet, you give me a number between 1 and 200.
69, of course.
69. Page 69.
Oh,
The first line is
No one will think of
shaving
him as
was one of the most overrated chores Carl had ever known.
that's based on me.
Puneet, do you agree? Do you shave your relevant parts?
It's
Puneet,
there's
you?
a new.
You
We have
manscape?
new. There is new technology now, so you don't have to go that medieval on it.
It's
Yeah,
called Raju.
manscaping.
Apna Raju. Is that the technology? Apna Raju ko bulao. I don't know. I'm asking.
See, in the
No, it's called
local
manscaping.
salons, you can ask the man to do your underarms, but then you can't ask him to obviously.
Hey, for money, you can do lots of things, Mr. Puneet Pania. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah.
Cyrus, you give me a number between 1 and 200.
79.
79. Page 79. Cyrus Broacha's sex life is otherwise her demure, quiet, almost apologetic ways often led her to be mistaken for very small furniture. Okay, Cyrus. I don't know what that means.
Of course, I remember what I write. I talk dribble, I write dribble. It's not my fault. Random House came to
Small,
me and said, "You
demure.
don't do this."
Wow, such big words you use. But
But
go
but
buy
if you,
this book right now, available on Amazon.
What
I
is
mean,
it
just
called?
Kal,
we'll give it with
Aaj
it.
aur Kal.
We'll give it with every free
Is it
T-shirt.
available? It is still in print. This book.
It's still in print.
No,
Yes.
sold out. Bought by the
How much?
government.
How much money have you got from selling this book, Cyrus?
So this book I actually made some money. The next three I didn't. I mean, I just got paid
Amazing.
what they whatever made me.
It wasn't
Listen,
very
I
expensive. It was
huh?
$195.
Well,
195
what
bucks.
would
Not
you
very.
would you honestly think they could sell it for $1,000? I mean, just me
If
and
you
Salman
package
Rushdie,
it correctly with a
they
coffee
put me
table
and
book,
Salman Rushdie on the shelf, and I still didn't sell. Okay, just understand.
I had seen this book in Bangalore in Blossoms once, and I
Did you
sent
send a
Cyrus
photograph?
yeah, I sent
Yeah,
I
I
sent a
remember this.
photograph to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cyrus.
He was having a bad day. Then he went into the airport lounge and he saw this thing in the bookshop and he sent me a picture saying, "Can you believe what they put up?" But can I tell you about my childhood? Not childhood,
yes,
90s
please.
when Jet Airways was flying. I used to go to bookshops when the flights were delayed just to buy Kushwant Singh's joke books. Dave,
Mhm.
check
I
this
love
reference out.
Kushwant Singh's
Oh, great!
joke books. I used
Yes,
to read them.
something we
Yeah,
have in
I love
common.
them. I used to
Oh,
read them in my
love.
school library. I don't think my school
You don't
realized what
think
kind of things were written
there
in
you
that
go.
book.
Puneet is showing the
Yeah,
photo he clicked on
yeah, he
his
sent it. I
phone.
know. I'll have to search. Yeah, it's there. Thank you, Puneet,
But
so much.
Khushwant Singh was
Glory.
pretty risque even back when he used
Very
to write
Exactly,
risky.
and
those
it was
Not
in
books.
pretty,
my
very.
school. I used to read these books, and I used to go, definitely none of these nuns know that this book is in
No.
this
And,
library.
and he crossed all the lines. There were ageist jokes and everything. The works were
Yeah,
It
there.
yeah.
was,
So
oh yeah.
waiting for delayed flight, you don't want to concentrate hard. You keep checking things and all that. In the old days, no phones, whatever. They were very handy. I love Kushwant Singh's books. I
And
have the complete works.
I know he just like said random things. Like he used to say bad things about Mother Teresa, but he wouldn't back it up. Like he would just say that this
No,
lady was so arrogant.
So they are a collection. I don't know whether he did it to make himself safe from the law or whatever. It's a collection of readers writing in from his columns and stuff, and then he chooses the best and puts them together. Not so many from him, but he's
No,
like
but
more like what's
Khushwant
the word?
himself was
Curator.
also
He's the curator
Oh,
very
of the jokes.
staunch atheist and like against organized
That's called
religion.
an
So
he
I
aggregator in
was.
today's world.
One
Just for
day,
the
Abbas
clear
will find that most of our great minds are like that. It's
yeah, yeah, of
abhi
course.
mushkil baat hai
Can I
aaj to.
read the dedication page, Cyrus, for your
Yes,
book?
yes,
Oh,
yes.
For my wonderful parents Olivia and Farooq, my
oh.
Shehenshah Mikhail, and my princess Maya, and also Rafo and Aisha. And for
Rufo,
Volpi, see you on the terrace soon.
yes, my German Shepherd.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's just the sweetest
And
moment.
then
How do you become funny from this now?
and
That's just
then I wrote and the rest of you suck because of but they didn't put that in. Yeah.
ah.
So I thought,
Well,
the first book I ever wrote, maybe the last, whatever. I said, let me write names of people who will be with you till you sort of, whatever. And now I regret most of them.
The
Really.
about the author page is a full page long. I won't read the
why does
whole
it look
thing,
like
but
that?
No, but that's by
because it's
me.
really old. It's 2010. So
About the authors,
Wow.
either by me or Kunal. I think they may have made Kunal write a page. Yeah, so
okay.
that'll be the only non-funny part of the whole book, guys. Be careful, skip that bit. Go
No,
straight on.
every page is funny. I've read the book. It's hilarious.
Dekha?
Anyway,
Yes.
Puneet Pania watched Lal Singh Chadda, and we have to talk about that because there's a whole Bollywood ban going on, and I want to know how Puneet felt about the film.
Can I just ask you, have you done your research? Apparently, it's done well overseas, though. So before we knock him completely, the sales aren't too bad outside. I know the territories aren't that much,
And
but
in
maybe
India, it's got
Dangal
40
also
crores.
did record business in China when it released. So Amir Khan
yeah,
is
well, he
pretty
has a
big.
market, by the way, for a long
Yeah,
time
yeah.
now. And
So there was
there's something
theory on that also that
Bolo,
Amir is
that
hand
he's
in glove with the
anti-national.
China. No, yeah, because it does well in China, and some very obtuse logic that he gets money from there. Money gets
Yeah.
channeled here, then some spy and some
I'm
very
telling
Okay, but
you,
there was a headline that said Amir Khan was shocked by how badly it did. So what was that about? Is he just shocked that it didn't
well,
do
he's had
well
a pretty
here
good
in India?
run.
Puneet, can you answer a question? Do you think it did badly because of the boycott or because it's an average film?
Can I answer?
I think
Yes.
the boycott did affect to some.
Affect.
I mean, you can
Can
never
I answer?
exactly triangulate, but it. Yeah.
Forrest
Yes, sir.
Gump
Hmm.
was okay for its time. If you
Hmm.
watch it today, forget language and culture. It's a bit slow and boring. Okay, it's a very mannered sort of movie, mannered performances, very acty. Honestly, I think it just didn't work for 2022.
Hmm.
To be honest, beyond all this
Yeah,
political
yeah.
stuff and all that.
Mm.
All right, and I think he sort of realized that himself. But then explain to me why it still does better abroad than here by a huge difference in proportion.
Because for the diaspora, I think the Khans are still very big, right? I mean, for them, it's that's the connection they have
So the
to their.
emotional connect is
but
stronger than what the
China में
product
थोड़ी
is.
diaspora इतना वहाँ का. I think if the foreign audiences are liking it,
One
and
sec,
maybe
one
it's
sec.
because
You opened a Pandora's box. Is there a diaspora in China?
No, man. I mean, Chinese, the Hollywood films also do big business in China. So China is just a movie-going nation, I think.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
now
but
China is a big
their
market
government is
for.
also trying to pump propaganda through their cinema. So they also look for this,
Anyway, so what
outside.
you're saying is that it's clear that if Taiwan is attacked, Amir Khan is involved. I mean, that's what I'm supposed to understand, right? Yeah.
They'll
Okay.
come up with some logic for that also. But I think for a foreign audience, it shows India on such a huge scale, and it's so
Right.
colorful that
Puneet,
I
you saw
think
the
it must
film?
be, yeah,
You saw the
pretty
film?
good, pretty good. Yeah,
Forrest
I was
Gump
at
is great. Aditya SK has a comment. Forrest Gump is great. Only
I
thing
think he meant
it is
Shawshank and not
overshadowed
Shashank.
by
Because
Pulp
everyone's seen
Fiction
a
and
movie called
Shashank.
Shashank. The Shashank
No,
Redemption,
actually, this is
Desi version.
it might be an
Shawshank.
inside joke to a IVM likes episode where one of our
but
co-workers
wasn't Shawshank
called it Shashank.
92 and this was
No,
94,
no.
right? It's not the
Pulp
same
Fiction
year.
and Shawshank are both 94, and so is Forrest
94.
Gump.
So
Give
they
me
are all
Pulp
in the
Fiction
same
any
year.
day. Shawshank any day. For me, I mean, oh God,
Yeah.
no way. I mean, I can't compare. I mean, I can
Cyrus
see
is
them
right.
three
I could
times.
watch Shawshank today also again, but
Exactly,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Shawshank
Forrest Gump
versus
would be.
friggin'
But
Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is
Puneet,
cute. Life is a box of chocolates. There are 5 good moments in it, fine,
can,
and whatever. Come on.
can I make a point? I mean, there was no boycott Raksha Bandhan movement, and still Raksha Bandhan also bombed.
Exactly.
There was a boycott Rashtraban also.
But
Yes.
But
I
not
mean,
in India.
But is it a boycott or is it like now audiences are criticizing films?
yeah, I mean,
Because I'm
is
not
it
sure,
Hey,
like,
mediocrity, pure and
hey,
simple?
No,
let's
that was
bring
always
South India into
there.
the mix, Niv. So while Telugu and Kannada was rocking the last couple of months,
Not Kannada,
unfortunately,
Tamil and
Kannada,
Malayalam. Kannada films
also
are not that great.
Telugu
Kannada rock,
films, RRR is
Telugu
KGF
rock,
is
good.
Kannada
Kannada.
rock.
That's
What
what
are you
I'm saying.
saying?
KGF
Telugu,
is
Tamil,
Kannada,
and
right?
Malayalam.
Yeah.
One second,
KGF is
the Hindi
Kannada, right?
films,
Is
Kannada,
it?
last one, RG.
KGF
Yes,
is
yes,
also
very much.
Oh,
Guys, one
yeah.
second.
The
The point
place
is,
KGF is in Karnataka. Yes, I don't know if the
Cyrus
film.
wants to say
one
something.
second. The point is, Hindi films in 2020 not run. Now it's already July, August. Okay, I mean it's almost 3/4 of the year.
Hmm.
So I'm just
Let me
saying,
see
is that
what's
a
the
writing on
highest
the wall that
grossing
Hindi
film.
films are in trouble generally? That Hindi speaking people who consume it are not looking at Hindi films in the way they were before. That's a little
Yes,
scary.
yes,
I'm worried
yes,
about
yes.
that. Yeah.
And,
Because I was about
and
to
it was
launch myself
always
in a film.
mediocre, Cyrus. Yeah, they were always mediocre.
Yeah, but
Bollywood was
why are they
always
being
mediocre. Now OTT is there. Now there's internet, so there's competition, and people can now finally realize that they were being given
anyway?
substandard stuff.
Is
Films
that
lost his
what it is?
OTT's gain. Amir Khan will be on a web series now. That's the next move, I guess.
Hmm.
What you gonna
Probably.
do?
But do you think there's now a gap and now everybody who writes, who's, good at screenwriting and writes in Hindi should just like start getting in there with their scripts? Because I mean,
I
it
have
looks
been
like
But
there's
that's
no
what
saying
I'm
wind.
saying. That's what's
let's
happening.
let's
There were
give a
always
break
good
to Hindi as a
people.
national language and make it Telugu or something. Give it a little while and let's see. Maybe we can revive everything. Hindi's had its run. Both acha kiya beta. Shabash, shabash. Now sit on the bench and give somebody else a chance. What
And
do you say, Puneet?
there is a quality gap there because people have been praising Gangubai and Darlings as great
Mhm,
films. They're both terribly average films. I'm sorry to say. So there
mhm.
is this circle jerk inside thing of well done beta, where the movies
Terribly
aren't really
bad
that
films
great.
in the whole, or because at least they're interesting stories or topics from the
Interesting
outset,
topics, but
premise
average
wise.
films. Premise wise, they're interesting, but they're not great films.
The
I'm
Did you
sorry.
watch
execution,
RRR?
No, not yet.
All right. So you can't say
I
is
But
it
I
don't
have
know.
KGF or
seen
RRR?
We've
Not
discussed.
Malgudi Day. I've seen what's the name of the film? I forgot. Oh, okay. Lorry
Okay,
says
Lolly, Rolly, thanks for coming out, bro. Love and
overseas
support. We don't
RRR
judge,
is
Lorry.
making waves as one of the first movie to openly celebrate gay relationships. I'm sorry to say, Lorry, that wasn't the intended purpose.
Hey,
That's
this
what
goes
the
back to
American critics are
this goes back to
interpreting it
Amitabh, Shatrughan,
as.
Amitabh, Dharminder, all these
Are they
Exactly.
films
Yeah.
gay
which were
though?
too many egos.
The two guys who are dancing like maniacs, they're gay in that movie.
They're
That's all I've
not,
seen
but
of them. They're
All
not.
right,
it,
Okay.
right.
so
Puneet, you really think a mainstream Telugu movie
would
will
I?
portray an openly gay relationship between two men?
But you know what? You know what?
I mean,
The West
Maybe
has
it's time for
really
that,
been
at least
hyping
in
this
Hindi
movie
films.
up,
yes.
though.
And Anurag Kashyap made a comment last week that if RRR goes as an Oscar entry from India, it will definitely make it to the shortlist. Whether it will win or not is not sure. But the white American critics love
No,
RRR.
I'm not sure it's the
Yeah.
critics as much as it is the audience because I've
Sure, because
realized that the way they talk about Parasite and the way they talk about RRR is completely different. When they talk
So
about Parasite,
it's
like
patronizing.
it's patronizing when they say, "Oh, have you seen RRR? You should see that guy." Like
Yeah.
it's funny. All
Yeah,
the threads about
I
RRR are funny.
So
I have the
again,
same
as a
feeling. Not to sound racist about it, but I get the same feeling when they're almost laughing in a mocking way,
that's what,
praising
yeah.
you.
So
You know, especially
again,
with the
sorry
dance
to
form
keep
and the slightly
quoting.
medieval form in their minds of our, which is not incorrect, I would say.
I keep sorry to keep quoting Anurag Kashyap, but he said Indian cinema is the comic
Can you do
relief
his
of the
accent?
world.
The comic?
Indian cinema is the comic relief of the world. They look at us and they point and laugh and they say, "Haha, look at that."
Oh man.
Yeah, because you got an Iranian film about an orphan,
Exactly,
literally
yeah.
stark naked situation in terms of what they're showing you. Then we
Yeah.
will cut to an item number with blazing Mumbai lights in the background and all. I mean, it just doesn't work
And to
sometimes.
quote him again, he also said that his reading is that people don't have money. There's a real economic slump
Yeah,
going on
yeah,
right now, but there's so much noise to distract you. And boycott Bollywood is
First,
one
can
of
we get
those.
Kashyap on the show? Okay.
But let's make him
told-
talk about other things other than cinema. He's spoken too
Yeah,
much
yeah,
about
yeah.
cinema. I feel.
Like
Let's
gardening.
But I also
Yeah.
felt bad for Lal Singh because he doesn't attempt to do something meaningful, right? And if you make a movie
And
that
to
big
steal
without
openly without cheating, which is also good. Finally, after 200 Hindi films have been made where we've quietly taken the story, then finally started stealing the South films. Then finally started paying the South guys. Now we go to Hollywood and say, okay, guys, we're making a film. We'll make sure it doesn't run. Let us do it. Yeah.
but also they've
Who's seen?
copied all the scenes, like scene for scene, they've copied it. They're
No,
not
but
even
that may be the
attempted
deal.
to.
That may be the deal while buying the rights.
Could be.
The show movie that we are supposed to release is
No,
supposed
but
to be scene for scene.
in the original Forest Gump, there was a shrimp business. In this one is chaddi banyan business. So see, there
Hmm.
is change.
Political overtones there.
Not really.
Was
But
it,
I haven't seen the film, but I think 84 and 92 riots have been
someone
portrayed.
should tell the
Yeah.
government that pornographic is different from pornographic. They've misunderstood what is happening there.
And on that note, please buy Kalaj or Kal.
Why are you
And
selling the
now,
book?
if you
What
want to
is the
ask
t-shirt?
any
Can I start
questions
selling the t-shirts?
about the book, you can. This is your chance.
Or anything
Ask
really.
Cyrus. Yeah, and
Well,
is
let me get
Aisha
my.
still around? Because then she can tell us about you. If you have any questions for Ayesha Broacha.
We do have AMA
Oh,
questions.
we can't hear you again, Cyrus. You did something. Oh no.
Hello.
Oh, there
It
it
is
is.
I. It is I, Suresh the plumber. Can I help you, madam? This is Indian porn opening line, huh? Hello, madam.
That's
Can I help
funny.
you?
It's funny because we
No,
already
I
sound
don't
like
think
that.
we have fuckable plumbers. I'm sorry.
And you're blaming Hindi cinema. You writers are the problem, bro. Don't call Anurag Kashyap on the show, whatever you do. Yeah.
But what are
We
the
would have had
scripts like
great
in
stuff.
Indian porn, Abbas? Like what is Indian porn scripts
They're
like?
all this bhabhi stuff, dude.
It's all
Bhabhi
promiscuity
and
and
teacher,
Niv,
bhabhi.
look at the acting the two are going into, huh? Like, I don't know what it's about, and okay, I'll tell you what it's about. You know,
I've
people
never
spend
watched. I've
45%
never
of their
watched it.
day on Indian porn. I can tell you for a fact. Yes.
See,
These are
we get
connoisseurs.
highlights on WhatsApp videos, no, but the connoisseurs they watch start to end.
Yeah.
I
There
go for
needs
the
to be
diet.
an arc. Story arc.
Do you think Hindi porn is
Okay,
better
one
than
second.
regional
I
porn?
think live on air, Niveditha is being taught how
Was
to
like-
access the AMAs. No? Oh, sorry.
It's a good question. Would you go
Yeah,
with Hindi porn versus regional language porn?
Regional porn.
I mean, that's also
I
there.
think
Regional
regional
porn is
porn
way
also,
better.
but
Wow, Abbas,
Oh.
you're really secular when it comes to art and cinema. I love that about you, really.
Am I supposed to select it?
but I
And
think
see, Niv
regional
is so
porn
good at
also
having a
defies the
conversation
laws
to
of
an
physics.
official.
Like the
She's reached
regional
the train
movies.
station. she's talking to
Multiple conversations happening here. One second. What are we talking about?
I give up. I'll
All
just
right,
write
guys.
Okay,
down.
I think
It's time-
Cyrus, let's go to the
It's time
AMAs.
to answer questions. From
The
our
first
listeners.
question comes from
The
Grim
funny part, can I
Fandango.
just say 1 second?
Yeah.
Nev is about 21 or 22. Spurs is 21 or 22.
No.
They're in charge of the show.
Niveditha's not 22.
Wait, 1
How-
second.
24? How much are you?
What? Oh my God, Cyrus, do you
25?
not know? Is that why you kept saying, "Oh, she's so young, she's so young"?
Now,
every
don't tell me you're angry if
episode?
I've called you young. How old can you
That's
be?
crazy. Do you really think? Oh my! I don't even want to tell you. Now. You're gonna be shocked.
Okay, homework for
out
the
of
day.
your
Everybody
mind.
find out Nivedita's real age. Then
Yeah.
Wow, you just
And on that
unleashed
note-
stalkers on Niveditha.
On that note, let's see our first question.
Cool.
From
First
Grim
question comes from Grim
Fandango.
Fandango, which is a little weird, but it says Bengaluru man kills wife for denying sex, files missing complaint. Your views?
Well, there are 2, 3 parts to it. One is the evil, completely evil part. The second is creative. I'll file a missing complaint. So I, I myself am searching. I mean, think of it that way. I don't want to, put a good spin to it, but I'm searching for the same thing as you, so then I'm off the hook. But isn't it true that all police forces first look at the family members
Spouse, yeah.
immediately,
Yeah.
always, like across the world?
I'm sorry, but would it really make you that? Does it make you that angry when
Why are you
women
asking
deny?
me?
Because you're all
I
guys.
haven't killed anyone
I mean, it's a
for
man who
denying
killed
sex
a
to me.
heterosexual man.
I mean, I can't remember when I was allowed sex, so I don't know what they're talking about. Let me go to Puneet. Puneet is the brahmacharya of all of us, sir. Apna kuch
Puneet is
incident
drowning
hai
in
isme?
pussy, Cyrus. You don't know.
Yeah, sure. In
My
Kandivali,
daughters
sure.
pay attention. What's the show?
Hey, you are on tour on like 75% of the year.
Ah.
Oh, you're a naughty boy, Puneet. Hey, Puneet, you're like Nikhil Chinappa. You're a chupa Rustam, aren't you? Like we do all the talking. We are the guys who talk about all this and nothing happens because we talk about it openly. And then you're the guy who scores quietly. Well, the fielder, third man who takes the catch, no one remembers him. But
Yeah,
you're the
the
guy.
players never talk. People who
They
talk
never
about
talk. You're the. This is what I
T-shirt
love
code.
about but Nikhil Chinappa, real gentleman, lovely guy, but he was quietly scoring left, right, and center. And me and Saukar were sitting and talking 19 to a dozen to everybody. We were everybody's friggin' friend. So Raksha Bandhan, my hands were full. I had so many, I had millions of people, including men. Okay. Puneet, I'm going to watch you, bro. As Pink Floyd said, Mother, do you think they're going to break my...
Okay, the next one comes from, it's not a question, it's kind of a comment from Gitanjali Nair. She says, when Cyrus was 29, Karan Thapar asked him if he would be interviewing people in his 50s. Well.
I think Karan was talking about himself. He was 49 at the time.
But
Did well.
he's also still interviewing people. But I think
Yeah.
our show is more informative.
Oh, of course, yeah. We're
So
all
he gets to
experts
talk to
in our-
Benazir Bhutto, and I get to talk to you. I'm just saying about. I mean, he's talk to heads of state, and I get to talk to he's also talked to some terrible people.
Dosti bani rahe.
So we're okay. We're sort of mediocre. Okay, it's fine.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a good name for a podcast, right? Dosti bani rahe.
Actually,
I
yeah.
feel it gives a sexual flavor and a same-sex gender flavor to it.
No,
don't
no,
you
for
think?
the full thing, dosti bani rahe bas.
Bas.
That's a meme, Cyrus. Like when Modi
Yeah,
walked
or
out of his
dosti,
interview.
yeah, or ... something like that. We can leave it open.
Dosti
Then
with
this is-
benefits.
Niv,
next
this is
one.
The next one comes from
She's
Ashish.
so uninterested.
Uh,
Niv has become the woman that I've dated all my life. She's so uninterested. She's so disappointed. Her
No, I
face
was
is just
just
a
like-
picture of.
I
Yeah.
was just like, wow, I failed at this so bad that Abbas just took over the co-host.
Because he was really
Yeah.
distracting to see you and Spurs trying to interact in front of my eyes.
That was fun. The best part of the show was Spurs giving her instructions and going over her head and her replying. It was
And in the
great.
midst of all this, you guys are asking me, Abbas, which porn is better, Hindi porn or regional porn?
But look at your
That
ego,
was
Abbas.
the-
Deep down, when it comes to cinema, you never back down. Then you
That's true.
suddenly you have to answer. And how eloquent was your answer when it comes to regional porn is much better. You didn't hold back, bro. And I'm
Of
thinking,
course.
Oriya, Bengal, where all has he been? All over the map, from northeast
I
to
want to
north
put
to
it on
south.
record that today Spurs asked me to do this from home, and if he had told me earlier, I would have done the gym for 30 more minutes.
Why do we need to know that, Puneet? Thank you.
Just for
Anyway,
documentation.
The next question from Ashish
You gave
is
up.
for
You gave up
Puneet.
gym for this. I gave up sex for this. But I gave up sex, but other sex gave up on me.
Ashish
Also,
asks,
so that's-
Ashish
yeah.
asks, why did Puneet stop releasing videos every Tuesday? Was eagerly waiting and looking forward to them.
Finally,
think
one person asked. One person.
Wow, some
He
more
doesn't need
dick
meat.
sucking of Puneet. Go ahead, answer the
Abbas, he
question.
doesn't eat meat on Tuesday, so he loses his power. That's
Ah.
one of the problems. Yeah.
No, I got the videos ready, but the views are too low to even justify the editing costs. So I think my algorithm.
Thank God we don't think like that, Abbas.
Uh, what videos are these,
Yes,
Puneet? The podcast
So
videos?
it's stand up and the podcast both. My idea was to do one every week, alternate. But it's in the podcast always get lesser views. So I think it is fucking up the algorithm of the channel, and the average goes down. So even when
Why
I
don't
put
you
the
start a
stand-up
new channel just for that?
One
from
second.
scratch?
Is this
new
loosely
channel
based
is
on
too much.
another idea
Yeah.
called Chai Pe Charcha? Is it-
Yes,
It is loosely based on
kind
that
of.
idea.
I
Okay.
mean, everything
Inspiration, I
is
tell you.
in India, everything is chai pe charcha. But I think starting a new channel from scratch is too much work. So now I'm in a fix because I really like doing Beyond the Laughs, but the views are not enough to justify even the basic
Come to
costs.
IVM. Niv and Abbas are bored stiff. Shoot on Tuesday morning here with them. We have the
Actually,
space.
yeah,
We have the
why
equipment.
not?
Come for an hour,
No,
do it in FF.
my podcast has very high production value. I'm sorry to say.
Or a dick.
No. He's just what he's trying to say is that wall behind you isn't good enough because that's where we shoot it.
We've got Mario, Puneet. You don't want
Yeah.
Mario?
But you guys look like you're in a witness protection program. I need a few more angles.
Okay,
You
should
know,
we
like
do one more?
commentators. Oh, kabaddi in a small gully or something that's going on. You know, in a little box they're commentating on.
Full
some sporting
confession,
event.
today we are in a smaller studio because the recently married Akash Mehta is shooting a podcast. Akash and Naveen are shooting.
With his wife.
Wow.
No.
No, not with his wife. He
And
came
24 hours
alone.
later, he and his male partner are stuck in a room. I mean, wow. Talk about life.
Recently married male partner. Which brings
Congratulations,
me
Akash.
to the next question. Shavik Bakchi has asked, how were Akash Mehta's wedding functions? Did you guys attend them? Guys, take it away.
Puneet, you went, no? I
I
forgot.
went
I
on.
sort of
I went
remembered
on
and
2
forgot
of the
both.
days, and it was at the Taj Mahal Hotel. So I told all the producers who had come to charge Mehta more for the show because clearly he doesn't need the money.
No, really, you're right. He can't be a struggling comic now. We've exposed him. Stock market
Yes.
family, firstly. Broker
And see,
family. So,
that's why he
hello.
wears all
South
those
Bombay.
un
तीन घर है
ironed
South Bombay
clothes.
में एक जुहू में.
He came
Straight away,
wearing a
I'm sorry.
Hawaiian shirt and shorts today, Puneet. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
and the whole disheveled look is just him overcompensating for the wealth that he's grown up in.
True.
John Abraham looks like he's never brushed his hair. The man is worth crores of rupees. Yeah, guys, don't get into this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
What
that's
do you
out
mean?
of bed hair. That's a look, Cyrus.
I'm sorry, but isn't he
That's
the
what-
most good-looking man of the 2000s?
I mean, I'll trust your opinion since you're the only straight woman on the panel.
Well, he's half Parsi, so obviously
Pretty
he will
good
be.
look-
I mean,
Oh,
come
wow.
on.
Does he also have Mongolian blood like you, Cyrus?
Yeah, he does. He's a tough boy.
Mongolian blood.
He's a tough boy. He's a very
And
sharp.
so-
Let's get him on. He's actually a
so,
very intelligent guy. Again, he's
get
an
John
double
Abraham.
MBA. What's going on?
And apparently a lot of
We-
people crashed Mehta's Taj Mahal
really?
reception. Yeah, just random people, and both sides assume that
No,
it's
no, no,
Sami
no.
wala
I'll
hoga.
explain that. Akash Mehta is a very common name in Mumbai. Okay, people got confused. It's just, it can happen to anyone.
Why
But
are
I
you
wanna tell you-
defending strangers?
Listen, Nev, my research says it's about 3.5 to 4 grand per plate. Okay? Vegetarian
Can I
or
just
whatever the hell
say
they were serving. This
the
is not a
reception
cheap
was
function.
full of Instagram influencers. It was like an Instagram fan fest. So everybody
Yeah.
just kept cross posting each other's posts about the wedding.
And he
So it was a very
monetized it.
happening wedding. I'm
The
guessing.
annoying thing, at any of these receptions and weddings, is that the staff is in a hurry to take the plate away. So you've not eaten it yet. You look,
Even
this
at
side plate is
Taj.
gone. Yeah.
But here's my question. You get a free room when you do a function. Sometimes you get 2 free rooms in a 5-star hotel when you do a big function. So is the Suhag Raat in the hotel or in the family
No,
house or in the new house?
So of course Akash will shed more light on this when he's on
think
next. But
it's the time to
I had a chat with
Yeah.
him in the elevator, and apparently
Oh.
Taj screwed him over. They said that they'll give each three people can take each room, and then I think 2 days before the wedding they were like, "I'm sorry, only 2 people are allowed per room. Now you'll have to take more rooms if you want to incorporate more people." So shit
But
like
for
that
the
went
Suhag
down.
Raat, I was hoping he doesn't have 3 people in the room for the Suhag Raat. Unless
But
it's
for
room
a
service for 5
podcast,
minutes. I mean, that would be really bad. I mean, I should
what
have
if you want
thought
to
of that.
urgently record a podcast, Cyrus? Then you need 3 people in a room.
My wife fell asleep on our wedding night.
Oh.
We had already consummated the marriage illegally against Indian law. But the fact of the matter is,
Cyrus, for this episode, you've admitted to taking substances, illegal substances, and
Abbas, let me tell you
premarital sex.
my middle class story. I was trying to park the Maruti and I couldn't get parking at 2:30 in the morning. Okay, and my dad had driven the other car, whatever that was in the garage where we have a parking. And so I was doing rounds about 15 minutes in this stupid place where I live. And when I came home and came up, my dad was counting the piramni, the money in envelopes, and marking it. And my wife was fast asleep in the room. I went and I tried to wake her up, and she was like, "Leave me alone." That was the setting for the rest of the marriage.
I
The whole
must
thing
tell
was
you
from
guys
there.
that they did allow 3 people at the end because I also stayed over. So all the guys who were there, we were all sharing
Oh.
like 3 to a room.
I'm sorry, but why did you stay over when you live here? I
What a
don't get
Because
it.
perverse
the last-
comedian.
Because the last train leaves at 1:15. That's why. And all the
And he
comics
was
from Delhi
partying
were
on
here.
till 3.
Yeah,
So
and
when-
some of the comics
When you
came
guys
late,
say
so-
that you need a guy who does the opening for you, is that what you?
And also breakfast. Breakfast the next day. Why would you say no to
Abbas,
breakfast?
eliminate me.
Can I
Oh,
can I
got
can
it.
I close
Hey, good old.
can I close
But
this
it was a
episode by
No,
go ahead?
it was a
breakfast is to
completely
die for,
Gujju
brother.
breakfast. The Taj pe we had very high hopes, but it was a Gujju breakfast because they wanted veg. So they were dhokla and khandvi at the
I'm
Koshopal
sorry,
Continental
Dhokla is
breakfast.
For
amazing.
No,
breakfast?
but there's a
I
standard
mean, it doesn't
breakfast.
matter. It's just like
They're paying a standard
down
rate for
the.
it with eggs and all that. Why can't you take that?
No,
It's a standard
no,
rate.
because no, the family had asked specifically for pure veg buffet.
Oh, you mean no onions, no
Otherwise,
garlic, the works?
no, onion garlic thankfully were there, but no eggs and no meat basically.
So basically, breakfast without any food. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, yeah. And they also
Yeah,
had a giant counter.
Condiments
They
for the
had-
breakfast.
Abbas, you know what Kunal and I used to do now at all the veg weddings growing up?
What?
So we would go there early, say hello, give the damn thing, whatever we had to, and then stomachache. Always stomachache. Yeah. And then since we are dressed up, we would go and spend money and eat somewhere. Or Badi Mia and pack. Well, these are the two options.
Nice.
But it was
Can
too
I
painful
close
to sit through
today's
a-
episode by reading an excerpt from your book, Cyrus?
Is it wrong to carry a tiffin with you when you go to a veg wedding and you want to eat your own food? Is it wrong? I wonder if
It's
it's wrong.
disrespectful to the couple.
That's what. But you don't
Yeah.
mean it. You're just feeling
Yeah,
hungry.
the food is the most
Andy
important
came
thing
with
in
his
an
own
Indian
Niv,
wedding.
plate, by the way.
If I
Andy
call
came with his own
Zomato
plate.
into the turf club, yeah, exactly. If Zomato delivers, I pay, but I eat. But I sit with everyone, and I'm like, life of the party. We'll have a great time.
You'll cause a fight between the groom and the bride's parents.
Also, poor Zomato
Depending
guy
on
comes
my
to a
parents.
wedding and be like,
Not
"Isme
my
khana order
father's.
kiya hai."
No, boys,
You
girls.
are.
My father's sitting there saying one less plate immediately. Don't worry, no problem. You have no idea what it's all about. Yeah.
It's a huge thing for one side of the family to make a big deal about the food at a wedding and just like
See, now
stop the
Nivedita has
wedding.
gone into the specifics now. See what you've done, Cyrus.
The one who's never married. At least let Puneet and I talk.
Well,
We have the
I mean,
stars
yeah.
to show.
That's correct. I should
Be-
not have
Before
an
you
opinion
close,
on it.
Abbas, I have to tell people to come for my shows in Mumbai
Please.
this week. Friday in Bandra and Sunday in Thane. And then next
You're
week
that
in
big, you
Delhi
don't even
in
give the
Godown.
location, you just give the road. I mean, it's like Tiger coming to bat or something. People just find out now after that. There's no worry.
Yeah,
It's Thane.
where can people find the tickets? Puneet?
Where the traffic jam
On-
is, a bus just follow.
On book, no, it's, I'm flattered, but it's barely. My audience comes in auto rickshaws, so it's on Book My Show and it's on my page on Instagram. And Delhi and Gurgaon next week.
बस two guys are cancelling the tickets. They've been insult किया बोलते हैं मैं ऑटो रिक्शा में बैठ के जाते हैं. Immediately,
Cyrus, for the third time, can I close with an
yeah.
excerpt from your
Close,
book?
close.
So it's a conversation between two characters called Nilesh Kane and Karl. Nilesh Kane, it must have been set up by the Congress. It must have been a Congress dog. Karl, no sir, it wasn't Congress. Nilesh, then it must have been the BJP. Karl, no sir, not BJP. Nilesh, it must have been something. Karl, yes sir, the dog was communist. And good day.
Never ask Shakespeare about Hamlet. He was drunk at the time. Can I just mention?
Yeah,
See, I tried to write a little bit of satire. This is before 2014, by the way.
yeah,
guys.
this is all
And,
out of
But
context.
unfortunately, it slightly came true, where we were more or less just hedging our bets, sort of thing. But whatever, leave it there. It's not intellectual enough for anyone to look at beyond a point. Unless they're all on LSD, we should be safe. No Salman Rushdie will happen here, is what I'm hoping.
Hopefully not.
Can I just quickly mention that Parsis, I'm eating Masoor right now. You know what Masoor is, Niv?
Masoor dal.
I know
Yeah.
Masoor ki dal.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Parsis
used
can't
in
just
black
be
magic
Masoor.
rituals also.
It's called, yeah, exactly.
Why
We
do
call
you
it
know that, Puneet?
He's done
No,
it.
but I just want to point out. So with us, Masoor, you can't eat it like that. You have to have Masoor ma gosh, so which means with the mutton.
Yeah, I've eaten that. It's very tasty.
If you're too far away, I'll be done by the time you reach. So forget it. But,
Oh, damn
thanks
it.
for the memories.
But you can bring it to the studio.
I-
At some
I
point
guess
now
I'll
that
just take
I'm
a-
here all the time.
Baba, this is food has to be eaten hot and fresh. You can't just carry this around. God.
I guess I'll just
Okay.
take a walk around Baikala like every day.
Did you get Masoor in Baikala?
Yeah.
What is that famous? There was this hotel Heritage, no? The dansak was very good.
I know
Heritage
Hotel
Hotel.
Heritage, but I've never tried the food there. It doesn't look very enticing.
The Sunday dansak hotel, Baba, world famous. Guys, go and check it
Okay,
out.
I'll
Dansak
try
and Hotel
it out.
Heritage.
All right.
Okay,
Abbas is going
Sparsh
to
is
get 10%
standing
off.
since the last 1.5 hours. He's feeling
Nobody
very
cares.
tired.
He's too young.
so-
Sparsh, you're too young.
Sparsh likes it. That's true.
You're
He
too
likes
young.
it.
Why do you know Pink Floyd? And
I-
Niv, that
I'm
was
the
fabulous.
opposite.
All right, guys.
Niv,
Thanks
how
for
was
joining. Yeah.
Hey, how was the
Go ahead.
experience? How was the experience, Niv, of being the what do you call it? The what was it?
Co-host.
Host.
It was just
Creator
terrible. Not
co-host.
even, I started as the co-host and then ended as not the co-host. So that was my experience. I wish Meghnad was watching this.
He's not commented. I don't think he is.
Yeah, but I got it done.
Meghnad had a fight with his partner, and she put the laptop high, so now he can't see what's happening.
Well, he should have used the platform expanders that Veerdas used.
Wow, you won't let it go, no? You won't let it go. It's heels, brother. A heel is a
Oh
heel.
my god!
Not heels.
I cannot wait to tell Veerdas
Oh,
about.
wow, your first name basis.
No, he's
I said Veerdas. I didn't say Veer.
I mean, but are you like on talking
I
terms
mean,
with him?
Das
Or you're
is his
like-
first
you
name.
don't come to open mics
Veerdas is his
anymore,
first
Abbas.
name.
Yeah.
But
His surname is Sharma. He's from
Veerdas'
UP.
surname is Sharma?
Yeah,
not
he's from
know.
UP. He's not
Yeah,
Bengali.
it's-
He's
yeah.
Veerdas
Oh,
Sharma.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
Gopal Dutt Tiwari. They have all these options. Radio. Bye bye, ladies.
Flat
Bye
and
bye.
gentlemen.
We'll see you tomorrow.